Well, it's official like two refs with a whistle. Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott is out for multiple weeks, and the Cowboys have made their decision on the backup quarterback. But in the spirit of voting, let's put it to vote, Cowboys Nation. Who do you want? Trey Lance or Cooper Rush? With Dak Prescott's hamstring injury, the Cowboys are internally thinking about putting him on IR, which means that the quarterback for the Cowboys over the next 4 weeks will either be Trey Lance, Cooper Rush, or maybe a combination of both. But let's talk about each one of these guys and maybe give a reason to why they should be the quarterback. Let's start off with Cooper Rush. If the Cowboys are truly trying to salvage this season and think that they can get back in this thing and finish strong and keep the team afloat, yeah, they'll look at Cooper Rush. That's exactly why Mike McCarthy said this.
But yes, I mean, Cooper's played really good football for us. I think he's 5-1 in his opportunities. So, like I've already said, we have great confidence in him.
And we'll look at Cooper Rush's record as a starter here with the Cowboys at 5-1, but there's a caveat to it. There is context to that. This current team is not the team that he stepped in for in years past. In fact, you could argue whether Dak got hurt or not, this team was going nowhere fast anyway, given all the litany of injuries, the things happening behind the scenes, coaching, scheme. It just has been a mess from top to bottom, and it starts with the guy all the way up top. But that's a different conversation for another day. For Cooper Rush, though, he's been here before. He stepped in and he's had to try to keep things afloat. It'll be a tougher task given the things surrounded by him. A porous run game, inconsistent offensive line at best right now. Weapons outside of CeeDee Lamb. You don't have a dominant defense. The defense isn't turning the ball over. The play calling and scheme isn't getting guys open consistently and making life easier on anybody on offense. So it'll be a tall task for Cooper Rush, but he is a professional. He's been here before. He's a smart quarterback. I know he'll go in there and he'll be able to try to do the best that he can do, but there is a limit physically to what Cooper Rush can do. As for Trey Lance, Lance may not have the experience. Lance may not have the football IQ as a Cooper Rush, but he brings a totally different dimension to the team that it currently does not have, and that's the athleticism. And what you could do with a Trey Lance is completely change how your offense operates and go into a more of an RPO read option type of read. And I could almost guarantee you your run game will improve because he will be a part of it. Trey Lance showed in the preseason that he has wheels. In fact, we joked around here on this channel, if he wanted to continue to play in this league, I would consider looking at a different position, but that's half-heartedly joking because it's not an indictment on him. It's more of a credit to him because he is supremely athletic. So if he is put into the game as a starter for the foreseeable future while Dak Prescott is out, he brings a different element to the ball game that teams will now have to account for. Maybe that gives you a spark. And yes, listen, we're grasping for straws here. It's going to take way more than Trey Lance running around and being a part of the rushing offense for this team to win games, to be a legitimate playoff contender, because at this current moment, they are not. So Cowboys Nation, Trey Lance, Cooper Rush, what say you? Either way, if one of or both of these guys have to play quarterback for the rest of the season, it's likely the Cowboys are trending towards a very high pick in NFL draft. So a lot of fans will go along the lines and say, well, it doesn't matter. Just put one in there and let's continue to essentially tank is what they're looking at. But there's also the caveat for Trey Lance here. If he does go in and he shows something enough for a team in the offseason to want to give him a respectable contract, well, now there's that potential of you getting a comp pick. And we know how the Cowboys love their comp picks. So this is something that I think they will have discussions with internally if Cooper Rush fails over the next few weeks. If not, and he's okay and the Cowboys are still losing, I feel like they'll continue to roll out Cooper Rush. But these are the two guys you have at your disposal. And I do wonder how Cowboys Nation feels and who you vote for, Cooper Rush or Trey Lance. Today's video is brought to you by Specs, wine, spirits, and finer foods. Whether you're planning that Cowboys watch party or you're just looking for the perfect bottle, Specs has you covered. Great prices, expert advice, and the best brands around. You can find it all at Specs. And they're here to make your game days a lot easier with same-day delivery or curbside pickup. You can shop online or through the Specs app and easily place an order with your local Specs. That's Specs. Cheers to you. Cheers to savings.